Alright, so finally installed the Wolfbox G900 Pro and I've started testing this dash cam out extensively, and of course I'll be bringing up that super detailed review video also on my channel maybe in about a week now. But before that, here are a few key things which you need to know about this dash camera that's gonna help you make that correct purchase decision. That being said, if you still haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, hit that subscribe button right now and smash that like button as well. You're watching Travel Tech. Let's get started. So starting off with the fact that this gets a super wide 12-inch display. Personally speaking, I really like large displays. Main important thing being you are able to monitor, you're able to access that information on the dashcam very easily when you compare it with the regular dashcams, which have kind of a very tiny display and you'll have to squint your eyes to see what's going on the screen. That problem doesn't exist with these kinds of mirror dashcams. Everything is large, big and pretty much clearly visible, and you can just take a view to understand what's going on with the dash camera. This dash cam produces both front and the rear camera views simultaneously, side by side. Even switch between only front camera view and only the rear camera view as well. This camera also supports a screensaver feature, which means the display will automatically turn off and will display only the date and time and maybe some GPS coordinates. That's also a very helpful feature. The installation of this dashcam is also pretty easy. I mean, regarding the front camera installation, you just have to place it on the internal rearview mirror, strap in those rubber bands, and basically you're done. No complicated installation, no need to put any stickers or any gum tapes. But that's not the case with the rear camera, because the rear camera, if you do require the reverse guidelines automatically when you switch the car to a reverse gear, you'll have to connect the red colored backup signal wire which comes pre-attached to the rear camera to a reverse camera light within your car. So that's some technical work and probably most of you may not be comfortable doing it yourself. So you'll probably have to get it done by someone else from the outside. But of course, in the upcoming full detailed review video, I'll be covering the installation part as well. So if you're someone who is looking to get this done by yourself, that particular video is going to help you a lot. That being said, this camera is probably the only mirror dashcam in the world which has a STARVIS to IMX678, giving you a native 4K resolution. And trust me, I've taken a look at the video samples. The video quality is right on top where you expect it to be. The power of STARVIS 2 combined with the 4K resolution provides the best possible video quality currently available in the Indian market, and the Wolfbox G900 Pro does not disappoint in that particular aspect. The rear camera quality was quite a surprise for me because like most rear cameras, even the other mirror dash cams which have the rear camera exhibit only a 1080p or a full HD resolution. Whereas in the G900 Pro, you get a Quad HD 1440p resolution for the rear camera. Now, of course, it doesn't get a STARVIS sensor. I mean, Wolfbox hasn't mentioned anywhere the specific sensor used for the rear camera. So when you compare it directly with the front camera sample, you might feel that the rear camera quality is not on par with the front camera. And that's quite understandable. The front camera is backed with a STARVIS 2 sensor. But when you take a look at only the rear camera sample, you see that it really does a good job at giving you one of the best possible rear camera qualities. Another thing to note about this camera is that I had shown this in the unboxing video is that the GPS module does not come built in inside the dash camera. So you'll have to mount the GPS module separately, attach it separately to the dash cam. So by giving you an external GPS module, you have the flexibility, you have the option of choosing to install it or choosing not to install it. If you need the speed coordinates, if you need the GPS coordinates, of course you will have to attach in the pin and stick the GPS module to the windshield. But if you're someone who is not interested in the GPS coordinates, who doesn't want any speed showing up on the video, you can choose to not install it and you'll have a much cleaner installation as compared to when you have the GPS mount installed on the windshield. The user interface of the touch display, I found it to be simple, easy to understand, and most people will have a comfortable time browsing through the settings and maybe altering a few of them. It's not complicated, it's straightforward, simple and easy. And you can also easily switch between the various different views, either the front camera view or the rear camera view, or a side-by-side view of both the front and the rear camera on the big display. But of course, this is still early stages of testing and there's still a lot more which I need to take a look at from this dash camera regarding the performance of this dash camera, especially in night conditions, especially in low light conditions. So I'll be showing you the low light performance, the night performance, because this is STARVIS 2 camera, and the number plate readability of this camera, especially at night. All those factors, all those aspects of this dash cam will be covered in the upcoming full review, the detailed review video of the G900 Pro. And if you want to make sure you do not miss those important points, you have to be subscribed to my channel, you have to like this video, and of course go ahead and share this video with all your friends who are as excited as you for this particular dash cam. That being said, if you have any doubts or any queries regarding this camera, or if you want any particular points regarding this camera to be covered in the upcoming video, do write that down in the comments. I'll try to cover those points and I'll try to answer your queries as soon as possible. So this was the video for today. I hope you liked it, and if you did, you already know what to do. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.